think this video is going to provide useful information to a lot of people because there's a lot of confusion going around. When I get stuff on the X-Force for free, do I get value? Why do I get so many false positives? We're going to answer those. And this is based, of course, on a blog that Gladys Koskas wrote actually a while back. But I think that it needs to be advertised. Let me actually scroll down. I'm not going to talk about the paid license as the threat intelligence app, and I have done videos on that. I'm going to go on the free license in here. Now, when you have the free license enabled, and you do that by going, as she mentioned here, on the admin system settings, and you need to have this yes here. And there are some versions where this of QRadar where this comes by default enabled and not by default yes or no. So you need to go here and make sure that you have a yes there. Now, once you do that, what you're gonna get is a whole bunch of logs that when parsed are categorized and are going to be matched by definitions like this. So if you have a rule that says, and the destination address is, again, is a category here as botnet and command and control, where does this thing comes from, and where is this actually being fed? Precisely by the free X-Force. If you put yes here, you get this categorization working for you. Let's actually see that in more detail. Let's actually go into the use case manager. Let me start here from scratch, and I'm going to use the use case manager, the feature you probably are familiar with, and I'm going to go precisely on those test definition, and I'm going to put there here botnet, right? And we apply the filter. So give me all the rules that in the test definition has the content of botnet. And I'm going to look, for example, on this X-Force rule in there. And I'm going to go into the editor, the traditional editor, for it to highlight something. Notice that this is the stuff that gets automatically populated. Now, when you click in here, notice that you have all these different, X-Force IP categories in here. Anonymization, server, botnet. This is the one that is referring here. But all these other things, spam, scanning IP, all these things are being automatically fed from the X-Force fee for free in your QRadar. Okay, and you can check on the other ones like that. But there's a very important piece that Gladys conveys. And it is this one. Do not use taxi feed to populate your reference set with feeds from the X-Force. Why? Well, she explains in there, this is a one-time feed, or how often you have it, kind of do the input of it. It's not going to delete all entries. If you have a time to leave that is longer, you're going to get a whole bunch of false positives. And this is the main reason why people get false positive with the X-Force free data, because they put it into reference sets and they assume that the feed is going to delete stuff quick enough. Not the case. And I know that there's been some documentation going here and there, some of them official or not. I don't remember where I have seen it, that indicates that you should do this. Well, as Gladys is mentioning here, don't do it. Don't rely on this reference set. You don't need to do all this work. You don't need to mess with all that. Make sure that the rules are already come, and if you enable in admin the feed, this categorization is going to be dynamic, as it can be done by the guys on the X-Force. They're very diligent and they curate this data frequently. And she also mentioned that it's not only on the rules, but if you're doing searches and you're doing some rules or anything that has AQL filters, you see the same categories that we just saw before also reflected in here. And excuse me if I'm too repetitive. What I'm saying is two important things. Do not do stick and taxi feed to the references from the X-Force stuff. From the free, I mean, it's different story with the paid version, and there are some XFE references that are automatically clean and populated, all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the free. If you don't have the threat intelligence app with the paid license, and you still want to get value from the X-force, this is the way to go. Make sure that you have all these rules enabled, and I show you how you can find them in the X-force. So we're going to do it one more time, but make sure that you have these things set to yes, and you are golden. You're good to go, and you can take these things to the bank, and this will. I'm not saying that you're not going to get any false positive. It's unlikely that you will, and you will not be missing false negative, because some of these things have not been populated fast enough. Again, how do you check those things out? You go into the use case manager under the test condition, and you can start with this one, and you can put on the test conditions any one of these: anonymization service, botnet. This is all good stuff. Cryptocurrency mining, dynamic IP, scanning IP spams. Make sure you do it with all of those, and make sure that you have the rules, and the rules are enabled. They don't have any triangles indicating that something is bad. And if you don't have them, because some of these rules comes with different package, remember that you can always, when you are searching for that test condition, for example, you can go here and say, okay, anything more on the X-force exchange that I don't have? So you have it right now 20. If there is something that exists there with these search criteria that I don't have, there's one. In fact, if I select this one in here and I apply that filter, that is something, another rule that comes on a package that I don't have in my demo system. I hope this helps you regain value on or leverage the value that you're paying for Curator. You have value on the X4 exchange feeds, and you don't have to suffer false positive if you follow the instructions on Gladys' blog.